Okay.
I have my paragraph right next to me, so I am going to read it.
All right, Peyton, is that it?
No, I have my paragraph right next to me, so I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Japan. Hello, today welcome to Japan. I will be your tour guide for the time. Before we get on with our tour, I will tell you some facts about Japan. Number 1, the continent you're in is Asia. This is the eastern hemisphere that you are in right now. This is a country, not a city. Well then, shall we get on with the tour? Okay, let's go. This is Tokyo, the main city and capital of Japan, where there are a lot of people here, approximately 10 million, broken into 26 wards. Would you look at the time? It's lunchtime. That reminds me to teach you about sushi. It's a Japanese dish that has seafood and rice, and it's very popular in there along with tempura and miso soup. That's a great meal. Sushi is very good. Okay, what's next on the list? We will visit the Tengu Mountain. Tengu is a Japanese yokai. He grants wishes, but he is very arrogant and stubborn. On the mountain, there are statues of Tengu, lots of them. Well, it's getting late, so let's go back to the hotel. I hope you enjoyed the short tour.
All right, thank you, Peyton.
Can I go next?
All right, so applause.
Mila's here.
Mila, you are next.
Okay.
Again, hold on just a sec. Could you just hold on just a second? Come on, girl.
Okay.
Sorry. Come on.
I've been there before.
I'm singing poker. Aren't we going there?
That fort. And
Here I am. Oh, the joys of a new dog. Go ahead, Mila. Sorry.
Okay. And also, I'm not going to click a button. It goes automatically.
Okay.
St. Augustine.
Oh man,
Those
let
are
me
with
see
history.
video of this. Right, he was like right there.
Neil J. Holcomb. Contents. History, geography and climate, transportation, points of interest. History. There's a lot of history behind St. Augustine. St. Augustine was founded by Pedro Menendez de Aviles, an explorer from Spain. He founded St. Augustine, Florida, in 1565. There were many invasions from pirates and enemies of Spain, so he built great walls to protect St. Augustine. Henry Flagler spent the last 30 years of his life building an oversea railroad. Geography and climate. St. Augustine has an area of 12.76 square miles. Its average rainfall is 1.59 inches of rain. St. Augustine's location is at 89216 degrees north and 81.31411 degrees west. Transportation. For transportation, there are highways, buses, and Northeast Florida Regional Airport. When you come to St. Augustine, here are some interesting places to go. Fountain of Youth, Castillo de San Marcos, Lightner Museum, St. Augustine Beach, Anastasia State Park, Potter's Wax Museum, St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park, and St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum. Fountain of Youth. The Fountain of Youth is a natural spring. Many explorers search for the Fountain of Youth. The Fountain of Youth is surrounded by the walls of St. Augustine. It is said that if you drink or take a bath in the Fountain of Youth, you will be young forever. Castillo de San Marcos. Castillo de San Marcos was made to protect St. Augustine from invaders. Castillo de San Marcos was made of a very specific type of sedimentary, a type of rock with coquina. Castillo de San Marcos was built nearly 350 years ago. Lightner Museum. Lightner Museum is a museum of antiquities. The Lightner Museum was made to appeal to wealthy tourists. There's a shrunken head exhibited at the Lightner Museum. St. Augustine Beach. St. Augustine Beach is 1.9 square miles. The main entrance was at Ocean Pier, but there are other entrances. St. Augustine Beach is closed on Memorial Day every year. Anastasia State Park. Anastasia State Park is open from 8 a.m. until sundown, 365 days a year. It is located at 300 Anastasia Park Road, in Augustine, Florida, 32080. Anastasia State Park is unspoiled beaches and beautiful landscapes. Potter's Wax Museum. The Potter's Wax Museum is located at 31 Orange Street, St. Augustine, Florida. Potter's Wax Museum holds over 160 wax sculptures. George L. Potter established his collection in 1948. St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park. St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park was opened on May 20th, 1893. It has 24 species of crocodilians. The St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park also holds a variety of other reptiles, mammals, and birds. St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum. St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum is dedicated to old pirates' treasure. St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum was once known as Pirate Song Museum. The St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum is usually jam-packed with people.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right, great job. Lots of information.
Mila,
Amazing.
Mila,
Yeah.
Okay, we will now ask if Ryan is ready. Are you ready,
when you
Ryan?
went to like the Castillo de San Marcos,
Ryan?
you have to like
No, not
pay
just
money
yet.
to go inside.
Okay, well, this is the last day,
you need to
son.
pay money.
Sir,
So we went to
the
the
last day.
shop and we got this one.
Fabian, are you ready? Fabian.
Isn't here.
Yeah, he's right here, FJA2.
Oh. Maybe he's not
Oh, there he
here.
goes. Yay.
Wait, he is here.
Yes, he is.
That's Fabian, okay. I thought we were doing mine.
You did it already.
We didn't.
Yeah, yours on that carnival something.
Somebody's clothes already.
The internet's being slow.
Well, we all love the circle of pain. The Microsoft.
Exactly.
That circle makes me kooky.
I just get my
This whole
mouse and
computer.
I just get my mouse and do it with it.
There's baby.
Good morning, Fabian. Love the circle.
The circle of slowness.
The circle's the best.
What
For
kind of sandwich is that, Max?
It's a sandwich with turkey, mayonnaise, and cheese.
No.
I don't have
a
any
sandwich for breakfast.
Sure.
It's
Come
poker.
on.
This is poker.
You want a sandwich?
No. 38 breakfast. At like 5.
The sandwich is for lunch, not breakfast.
Wait,
And
you're,
I drank coffee.
you're already having lunch?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What? I
I-
ate lunch at 2:30.
I eat lunch at like 12:58.
Lucky duck.
I either eat lunch at 10:30, 11, 12, or 2 o'clock.
You know, people in other countries, they eat a lot differently. Like they don't have 3 full meals a day. A
They
lot
just
of
have one
countries have a
huge meal.
very light breakfast, then their big meal is like at 1 or 2, and then at night
What?
just have something small.
Like
That's
supper.
weird.
Yeah, there's no big supper. The big meal is in the middle of the day.
I used to do.
I haven't had any breakfast, so.
Yay, a heating pad. I got a heating
The lag.
Circle of slowness. Y'all hate it. That means that the computer.
All you have to do is hold space and you'll be temp unmuted.
I gotta do what kind I gotta do.
Hey, Fabian.
Yes.
Fabian, I know it's very frustrating waiting for your file to come up, but if I stop your screen share right now, just keep letting it come up. And as soon as it does, just let me know in the chat room, okay?
Sure.
And then I'll switch right back to you, okay?
Okay.
So I have faith that it's eventually going to come up here, but we're going to take a look at our daily assignment, and I'm going to read a little 7-minute story. But as soon as it comes up for you, please let me know, okay? And we'll switch back over to you, all right? Okay, so this is what I have to share with you guys. you've got a story that I posted today, and this is a really, really great story. And I'm going to read it right now. It's around 7 minutes long, that's it. And it has a lot of meaning. I really love this story. Thank You, Ma'am by Langston Hughes. She was a large woman with a large purse that had everything in it but hammer and nails. It had a long strap and she carried it slung across her shoulder. It was about 11 o'clock at night and she was walking alone when a boy ran up behind her and tried to snatch her purse. The strap broke with the single tug the boy gave it from behind, but the boy's weight and the weight of the purse combined caused him to lose his balance, so instead of taking off full blast as he had hoped, the boy fell on his back on the sidewalk and his legs flew up. The large woman simply turned around and kicked him right square in his blue jean sitter. Then she reached down, picked the boy up by his shirt front, and shook him until his teeth rattled. After that, the woman said, "Pick up my pocketbook, boy, and give it here." She still held him, but she bent down enough to permit him to stoop and pick up her purse. Then she said, "Now ain't you ashamed of yourself?" Firmly gripped by his shirt front, the boy said, "Yes'm." The woman said, "What did you want to do it for?" The boy said, I didn't aim to." She said, "You a lie." By that time, 2 or 3 people passed, stopped, turned to look, and stood watching. "If I turn you loose, will you run?" "Yes'm." "Then I won't turn you loose." She did not release him. I'm very sorry, lady. I'm sorry," whispered the boy. "Mm-hmm. And your face is dirty. I got a great mind to wash your face for you. Ain't you got nobody home to tell you to wash your face?" "No," said the boy. "Then it will get washed this evening," said the large woman, starting up the street, dragging the frightened boy behind her. He looked as if he were 14 or 15, frail and willow wild in tennis shoes and blue jeans. The woman said, "You ought to be my son. I would teach you right from wrong. Least I can do right now is to wash your face. Are you hungry?" "No," said the boy, being dragged. "I just want you to turn me loose." "Was I bothering you when I turned that corner?" "No." "But you put yourself in contact with me. If you think that that contact is not going to last a while, you got another thought coming. When I get through with you, sir, you are going to remember Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones." Sweat popped out on the boy's face and he began to struggle. Mrs. Jones stopped, jerked him around in front of her, put a half Nelson about his neck, and continued to drag him up the street. When she got to her door, she dragged the boy inside, down a hall, and into a large kitchenette furnished room at the rear of the house. She switched on the light and left the door open. The boy could hear other roomers laughing and talking in the large house. Some of their doors were open too, so he knew he and the woman were not alone. The woman still had him by the neck in the middle of her room. She said, "What's your name?" "Roger." "Then, Roger, you go to that sink and wash your face," said the woman, whereupon she turned him loose at last. Roger looked at the door, looked at the woman, looked at the door, and went to the sink. "Let the water run until it gets warm," she said. "Here's a clean towel." "You gonna take me to jail?" asked the boy, bending over the sink. "Not with that face. I would not take you nowhere. Here I am trying to get home to cook me a bite to eat, and you snatch my pocketbook. Maybe you ain't been to your supper either, late as it be, have you?" There's nobody home in my house," said the boy. "Then we'll eat. I believe you're hungry, or been hungry, to try to snatch my pocketbook." "I wanted a pair of blue suede shoes," said the boy. "Well, you didn't have to snatch my pocketbook to get blue suede shoes. You could have just asked me." "Ma'am?" The water dripping from his face, the boy looked at her. There was a long pause, a very long pause. After he had dried his face and not knowing what else to do, he dried it again. The boy turned around, wondering what next. The door was open. He could make a dash for it down the hall. He could run, 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 run. The woman was sitting on the daybed. After a while, she said, I were young once, and I wanted things I could not get." There was another long pause. The boy's mouth opened. Then he frowned, but not knowing he frowned. The woman said, "You thought I was going to say, but, didn't you? You thought I was going to say, but I didn't go snatch people's pocketbooks." "Well, I wasn't going to say that." Pause, silence. "I have done things too, which I would not tell you, son, neither tell God if he didn't already know. So you sit down a while, I fix us something to eat. You might run that comb through your hair so you look presentable." In another corner of the room, behind the screen, was a gas plate and an icebox. Mrs. Jones got up and went behind the screen. The woman did not watch the boy to see if he was going to run now, nor did she watch her purse, which she left behind her on the daybed. But the boy took care to sit on the far side of the room where he thought she could easily see him out of the corner of her eye if she wanted to. He did not trust the woman not to trust him, and he did not want to be mistrusted now. Do you need somebody to go to the store? Maybe get some milk or something? Don't believe I do, said the woman, unless you want some sweet milk yourself. I was going to make some cocoa out of this canned milk I got here. That'll be fine, said the boy. She heated some lima beans and ham she had in the icebox, made the cocoa, and set the table. The woman did not ask the boy anything about where he lived or his folks or anything else that would embarrass him. Instead, as they ate, she told him about her job in a hotel beauty shop that stayed open late, what the work was like, and how all kinds of women came in and about, blondes, redheads, and Spanish. Then she cut him half of her 10-cent cake. Eat some more, son, she said. When they were finished eating, she got up and said, now here, take this $10 and buy yourself some blue suede shoes. And next time, do not make the mistake of latching onto my pocketbook nor anybody else's, because shoes come by devilish like that will burn your feet. I got to get my rest now, but I wish you would behave yourself, son, from here on in. She led him down the hall to the front door and opened it. Good night. Behave yourself, boy, she said, looking out into the street. The boy wanted to say something other than thank you, ma'am, to Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones, but he couldn't do so, so he turned at the barred stoop and looked back at the large woman in the door. He barely managed to say thank you before she shut the door, and he never saw her again. What a story. So, okay, Fabian, did you get it going? Did you get it working yet? That's quite a story, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
He showed him a lot of mercy, didn't she?
You're on video.
Fabian,
Wait,
are
did
you
Ryan
ready?
already what? Did Ryan already go?
No, Ryan wasn't ready. I think Ryan's still here. Fabian is
Ryan just
waiting for it
isn't
to come
ready.
up, Fabian.
Yeah, my brother.
And scariest places in the
Why
world.
was it chunky?
This was the tail.
Was this for her? For Christmas this one?
Oh,
Ever use the grenadine?
I'm lagging.
Okay, while we're waiting again, I'm going to show you the work today.
Aww.
Very end. Got 2 questions on that story. Why didn't the boy run off after the lady released him to go wash his face? The lady gave him money after he tried to take her purse.
Sangria with the
Tried this
powder, you put it with a bottle of wine.
This is a fictional story, but things like this do happen in real life. If Roger were real, how do you think his life became different after this encounter? So she could have just reacted like most people. But she reacted like my grandma used to. She would not allow your bad behavior, but she treated
How
you
did it end up
with
there?
humor.
No, you just, huh? No, you moved everything in and put that thing under?
When I was young, I was your age. My grandma worked at an orphanage, and I stayed with her on 2 separate weekends. There at the orphanage,
Plastic packages
like
inside, and then
a family.
open it and put it
I
like
learned
this.
a lot about how great my life was. It's the same way. She wouldn't tolerate misbehavior, but she treated them with a lot of fun and humor. So here you can choose words to describe yourself. Videos are the same as they've been all week. There's puzzles, great long video. Dr. Binox, short for Binox.
I have one open. Oh, fetish.
Got a family fun activity. How
Need
it's
to eat ones that are in there.
family. I couldn't resist. I just laid out around 40 different facts here. They're all crazy. So have fun with that.
Dogs need to.
I'll stop here now and ask Fabian again. Fabian, is it going to work today?
this is behind this.
Mr. Bagby,
Yes?
It's gone. So you just find another one. And
why can't we do
now,
editing?
not neither of these.
What?
Now, what we have
We do editing.
Editing last.
No, Dick. In this week.
Oh.
Edit. I didn't include editing this week.
Michelle.
Last one was last week.
One line.
One more day.
Okay,
Tomorrow.
we're unloading on starting.
Tomorrow, if you remember the announcement,
So much tomato.
tomorrow we will have a Zoom meeting all together. So Mrs.
Yes.
Dirks' homeroom, my homeroom, we'll have one Zoom together. And I want you guys to be ready to share one thing with anybody and everyone, either just to say goodbye or have a happy summer. So everybody will have a chance to talk tomorrow. And that'll be basically it. We'll wrap up the year and we will be finished with the 2019-2020 great
Finally.
year.
Hey,
It was a
Mr.
great-
Agnew, give us the assignment tomorrow, right?
Okay, this is
The assignment tomorrow is just to show up at the last Zoom meeting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if anybody else,
February 13th.
this has like an inch of dust on it.
okay, Fabian, I'm gonna ask you.
February 3rd, 2015.
That's the inspiration.
It's still good, it's still good. It's
This
charged.
is Jan.
Fabian, is this gonna work? Are you gonna get it to work?
I don't think so.
Okay. If you email it to me, I can show it tomorrow during our last Zoom meeting.
Yes, sir.
If you just email it to me, I can make it come up on my screen and everybody can see it and then you could just read along with it, okay?
I'll make sure to do that.
All right, what was your, what place were you doing?
I was doing, what was it? Indian Rocks, 17th Avenue.
Cool.
It was a beach I went to.
That's excellent. I love Indian Rocks Beach. I love all the beaches in Pinellas County.
I've never been to a beach.
What, Upton?
I've never been to a beach.
What?
The only place I've been to is my swimming pool
Wow.
in the back of my house.
Well, I hope
You've
you get
got
to
to be
the beach
kidding me.
sometime.
The beach is great.
Great.
Actually, I've been in a saltwater
Their
pool.
whole life could be, probably been to the beach. Come on.
I might have been there when I was a baby.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, do you guys have
I've
any
been there
comments
once
about
today.
the story? Was it surprising?
Yeah, I'm going to email that to you today.
Oh yeah, when I was 4, I remember. There's a stingray at the bottom of the floor and I was screaming really loud. Because I was right above it, so I didn't know what to do.
Stingray?
Yeah.
What beach were you
Stingrays
at?
live in the ocean.
I don't know.
Remember to scoot your feet in the sand.
Yeah, slide.
No, I'm not sticking my feet in front of a stingray.
The stingray shuffle, the stingray would just swim away.
My mom refuses to get in the ocean because she knows everything that's out there.
A day ago, I got
My
stung.
mom doesn't like to get in the ocean.
Oh, I love it. I love
I
it.
got stung by a wasp.
I love floating
News-
out there on my back. It's fun.
The ocean's scary.
We went
And-
swimming 2 times.
And
One
if
with
you
one of my
open
friends,
your eyes underwater,
one
they'll
with one of my
sting.
friends and one with her.
Okay, guys, if there's no other questions, you guys can talk a little bit. Then we're going to do a countdown.
Talk for 5
And,
minutes.
There, I
Get out of here for one more day tomorrow.
Just talk for 5 minutes.
Mr. Bagby,
Yep.
you have a recess chat. We can chat on there.
Yeah, I know.
You already
See each other here.
Okay, I think Lincoln.
There's a difference between typing and hearing somebody's voice.
Renegade.
Okay, lo puedo leer mo.
How you doing in poker there, Anderson?
Now, peace.
Kung kung din.
I'm out. Bye.
What was that?
Who?
I don't want to know. Okay, guys, we're going to do a countdown, and we will see you tomorrow for our last
Four more minutes. Four more minutes.
8, 7,
10,
6,
9,
60,
8,
59,
7,
57, 56, 43, 74, 75,
Bye, everybody.
74, 76,
Bye.
77,